Morning, hi there, welcome. Why don't you grab a Bible and find your way to Psalm 90. Welcome to A King's at Home Daily. My name's Steve, one of the leaders based at City West. If this is one of your first time joining us, you've joined us for what's really just a devotional as we spend time going through the book of Psalms. This morning we're in Psalm 90, just feeding from the Word together and reflecting on it together. So Psalm 90, I'm going to read the whole psalm this morning and draw out a few points for us during our short time together. Psalm 90, written by Moses. I think one of the oldest psalms. Lord, you have been Lord, you have been our dwelling place throughout all generations. Before the mountains were born, or you brought forth the whole world, from everlasting to everlasting, you are God. You turn back people to dust, saying, return to dust, you mortals. 1,000 years in your sight are like a day that has just gone by, or like a watch in the night. Yet you sweep people away in the sleep of death. They are like the new grass of the morning. In the morning it springs up, but by evening it is dry and withered. We are consumed by your anger and terrified by your indignation. You have set our iniquities before you, our secret sins in the light of your presence. All our days pass away under your wrath. We finish our years with a moan. Our days may come to 70 years or 80 if our strength endures, yet the best of them are but trouble and sorrow, for they quickly pass and we fly away. If only we knew the power of your anger. Your wrath is as great as the fear that is your due. Teach us to number our days, that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Relent, Lord, how long will it be? Have compassion on your servants. Satisfy us in the morning with your unfailing love, that we may sing for joy and be glad all our days. Make us glad for as many days as you have afflicted us, for as many years as we have seen trouble. May your deeds be shown to your servants, your splendour to their children. May the favour of the Lord our God rest on us. Establish the work of our hands for us. Yes, establish the work of our hands. And I don't know what strikes you when you read through this psalm, but I guess for me it's just it's two things. It's the breadth of life, not of my life, but of the world, isn't it? In terms of it, talking about from everlasting, 1,000 years is a sight, and like a day that has just gone by. So it's so easy to get drawn into the here and now, isn't it? We can think about get caught in the moment, can't we? And very much we're creatures of the here and now, and we look at ourselves. Yet what this tells us is that actually we are just a small part of God's story, a story that he's been doing for thousands of years, since the time of Moses, well, since the garden, but even since the time of Moses, and we're just a small part of what God is doing, that we're part of a story. And so it's so easy to get caught up into just what the here and now and my life and so on. But actually we're a short part of a story, of God's story, of his plans and purposes and what he has been doing and will do. And it tells me about that. And then the other thing it tells me is like in verse 5 and 6, in the morning, like grass of the morning dew, it springs up anew, but by evening it's dry and withered. It talks to me about the fragility of life and the shortness of it, that we can, if we're not careful, and we can live just for the here and now as well. We can live for gaining things here and now. Yet of course, as followers of Jesus, there's something to be gained far more precious than what is here and now. There is eternity with him, eternity with Jesus. And so our priority isn't the here and now. Our priority is following him, is worshipping him. Our priority is relationship with him. And yet we look around in the world who very much the here and now is all they have, the life here and now. And so you see the world around us clinging on so tightly to the here and now, and yet as believers that's not what we are called to. We're called to prioritize him, for him to be the center and the focus of our lives, not ourselves, not the here and now. And that's what this psalm tells me, is that there's a sweep of eternity. You and I, we're just only a very small part of it, and yet we get to play a part in God's story. He involves us in what He's doing, and so it gives me confidence when I look at the situations. I can think, well, actually, no, I'm just playing a small part in God's purposes, God's plans and purposes, which are ever increasing in the kingdom. I get to play a small, little, seemingly insignificant part. Yet God can take that and use that in the breadth of His story and what He is doing. And the whole thing about the shortness of life and so on, that could in one sense make me fearful, couldn't it? It could make me think, oh gosh, well, if I've only got 70 or 80 years, it says somewhere here in verse 10, you can make me kind of fearful. You kind of think, well, time is short, and like the morning dew, here today, gone tomorrow. Yet actually, it shouldn't make me fearful, because I know that there's more than just the here and now. I know there's more than that. There's an eternity together with Him. And if I read on to chapter 91, it speaks of the wonderful protection of our Heavenly Father, even during the here and now. And maybe people are fearful of disease or sickness or whatever these things. Actually, there's the wonderful protection of the Heavenly Father. And so I needn't be fearful. Of course, I don't want to be crazy and cavalier towards life. Yet I know there's more than the here and now. I know He's with me and His protection with me here and now. But there's more to the here and now. There's an eternity and a future together with Him, and that's what fuels my faith. Is that there's more than the here and now. But there's a part that God is doing now. I'm a part of His story, the story that He's been doing for thousands of years and will continue to do. There's a story, and I get to play a part in that. I hope that has provoked and encouraged you this morning, and look forward to continuing our series in the Psalms.